such films as 1989 Stand and Deliver, which received an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, and also the cult sci-fi hit Blade Runner. Also an accomplished award-winning director of the HBO film Walkout, and you know him as Admiral William Adama. Aaron Douglas somewhere in the last few hours.
Yeah. Did you check the bar?
He checked the bar. I'm sure he will saunter in fashionably late, but we're going to start without him because y'all been waiting a while. Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to ask a question of everybody, and then I'm going to alternate. I'll have a question for an individual, and alternate those with questions from you. There are 2 mics out there, so if you want to ask a question, get up there right now.
I think she has a question.
And here's the all-state question. What is your favorite moment of the series so far? And we'll start with James.
Thanks. That's, can somebody else start first? Favorite, give us a brand. Yeah, does somebody else want to think of a favorite moment while I think of a favorite moment?
I was just thinking how happy I was that he was starting with you.
Well, I had number 6. That was my favorite part. This. I had a love in with a beautiful woman named Grace Park. That was very difficult to do. But
I had a great time with Gata. And that's a spoiler, though.
Star Nights.
I think the last moments of the last episode we see today, when we see the joyous crew celebrating, and we're finally at Earth, and you just know this is not going to end.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn, James.
It's finally my turn. One of the favorite moments I actually had didn't actually end up. There's a sign on the machine. We didn't actually end up in the show, finally. It was a point in the show where I was interrogated by Lucy Lawless and Tricia Helfer. And Baltar is trying to get in with the Cylons on the base star, and in that fashion. Excuse me. That's because I play a genius scientist.
I made you look really smart.
So I was being interrogated by Lucy and Tricia, and the deal was that Baltar trying to curry favor with the Cylons decided that he's going to walk around naked as well. Only Tricia and Lucy didn't know that I was going to be naked. And I really was. I got a phone call from Ron Moore going, "It just can't be on television, James. It just can't be on television." That was one of my favorite moments.
My favorite moment was getting a call from Tricia and Lucy saying, "Don't worry, it was no big thing." Only kidding, gosh.
Right there.
Hello, 1, 2. My question is, for a little while there, the show had a Planet of the Week feel to it. I wanted to know how you guys felt about that, and did it challenge the way you portrayed your characters?
I'm sorry, do you mean it had a weekly feel to it rather than a...
Yeah, for a bit of time there.
More than episodic, meaning that it connected all together?
Yeah, instead of just a straight story for a little while it had.
I think the writer should talk about that.
It had a what of the week feel?
It had it was like a weekly kind of a theme show. What I understand, if this is correct, it was always a formula in which there was an A story, which was the story that carried itself from the beginning of the miniseries all the way to the end of the show coming up. There was a B story which connected maybe 1, 2, or 3 shows at one time, so you could see one of the stories maybe finishing off by the 3rd episode. And there was a C story which was actually began and ended in that one episode. So the people that were watching the episode and never seen anything in the show could at least follow that one story. That kind of fell away a little bit. We never lost the A story. We never lost the A story. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jamie Bever, because it really made this experience that we've all gone through over the last 5 years something that we will never forget. And I got to tell you, was I correct in this?
Yeah, there was a high degree of continuity, obviously, in the show from beginning to end, but in around season 3, there was a request from us for a few more standalone episodes, which is why you got The Woman King and things like that. So there was a request to get more standalones. We still has highly content continues.
See, your question is so much better than that.
I don't think we ever lost the A story, which was, the elimination of the human species by our own technology and then trying to find Earth. So that was always a good question. And by the way, will all crew members that are here dressed in uniform please stand up and be recognized? Thank you, crew.
Part 2. Ron Moore said that you were really upset when you found out you were a Cylon. How did you deal?
I got drunk. Ron Moore told me, actually, we started shooting that in December. We shot that episode. And they officially told us the day of the read-through, which is the day before we started shooting. I saw a piece of paper at Michael Reimer's house back in September that I wasn't supposed to see. So it was outlines for upcoming episodes. So I'm flipping through these papers and I went, ooh, episode 19 and 20. Look, read, push it, my line, Terrell, there it is. Terrell's a Cylon. Okay! Ran up to the bathroom and I was reading all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God! Open the door, you got a toilet paper, you okay in there? And then I had to keep my mouth shut for 4 months. I couldn't say a word because Reimer's like, you're not supposed to see that. Okay, well then I wouldn't say anything. And then and I would go to Ron and David and say, so anything coming up for the chief? And they go, no, why? Just, normal stuff. Liars. So I had to shut up for 4 months. And then finally they told me, and I called Ron right away, get him off the phone and get him on with me. And he talked to me for like an hour and a half, and by the end of it, the writers have always done extraordinary things for 3 years. Why would it suddenly change? And there's a method to their madness, so I went along. Cool.
We saw your name as were the rest of us on that? Were the rest of us on?
Boy, you're right. Yeah, you know what? It was. Everybody was on the list. Everybody, if I'm remembering correctly, it wasn't us 4. It was 3 of us, and then one of us was switched because they were still guessing.